This is Shetland. I first came to these islands over 20 years ago, and I keep coming back.
It's a little bit like a boomerang.
This trip, it's early 2021, mid-pandemic. Instead of a big top and touring shows, this time there's just 3 of us in Shetland to share art, science and stories through our short films. Sitting halfway between Scotland and Norway, Shetland was once described to me as a bunch of Vikings having a party, clinging to some rocks during a storm in the middle of the North Sea. The more I get to know the people and places, the truer this jest feels. Closer to the Arctic Circle than to London, Shetland has a unique culture with unofficially the highest per capita rate of fancy dress costumes than anywhere on the planet. And all the big kids are encouraged to play with fire. It's no wonder that I love it here. There is a lot to love about Shetland, but I really love its geology. Shetland's rocks tell stories of the Earth dating back to 3 billion years ago. A heritage open-air museum that is the Shetland GeoPark. So join me, the Rock Showman, as I share with you some natural history of a truly remarkable place, the Shetland Islands. In today's mission, we are going fishing. What are we going to need? Geological map. Tick. Walking boots. Tick. Tweezers in case we need to remove a tick. We're not looking for rock lobster or stonefish or cod. We're looking for 380 million year old fish fossils. Me and my rock hounds love sniffing out fossils from the land. Fossils are the remains of ancient creatures that have been turned to stone in sedimentary rocks, like the old red sandstone that occurs here in this part of southern Shetland. These sheep bones haven't been turned to stone, so they're not fossils. But just up ahead, in the cove called Shingly Joe, there's a special protected site where we might be able to find some. Because we've been walking through farmland, these guys are on the lead. But with all of these rocks on a beach, how do we know where to look? It's one of the things about fossil hunting. You can know you're in exactly the right place, yet still there's so much rock to look through. Scribble knows that we're close because she can see these fine-grained sedimentary rocks here. It's within the fine-grained rocks that we can see the fish fossils. Finding a fossil in these rocks is incredibly rare. That goes back to the increasingly unlikely circumstances that are required for a fossil to form. Introducing the death-defying process of perpetual petrifaction, a 6-step stunt of stalled survival set in stone. It's fossilization! Each one of these 6 steps must take place for you to find a fossil in stone. It's a risky stunt that I'm about to attempt. Step 1. The creature must die near water. Well, this is pretty close. 2. Then it must be buried quickly. 3. The remains must be petrified. That doesn't mean scared, like I am. but turn to stone through pressure. 4. Deep underground, the stone must survive for millions of years. 5. Through tectonic uplift, the stone must be returned to the Earth's surface. Only then can a fossil be found, saved and learned from. If any one of these steps fails, there will be no fossil. Fortunately, 380 million years ago, the conditions here were perfect for fossilization. By looking closely at the features of the rocks, we can interpret the history of this location.
Today, these rocks are on an angle, but go back 380 million years and this was the bottom of a lake. Every one of these layers that you see here was once the bottom of Lake Orcadie.
This was mud or sand that was washed into the lake via rivers of the ancient desert supercontinent called La Russia. Eventually, they were buried deep in the earth and turned into sedimentary rock.
And as we go down through the sequence, we're going further back in time.
And through a keen eye and patience, we find what we're hoping to see.
Fish fossil. Tiny little fish, only as long as my hand.
Now this peary wee fella has a big story. From my textbook, it looks like a lobe-finned fish. Back when she was alive, there were no four-legged animals on land, but soon after, there were. It was these lobe-finned fish that slowly developed lungs and legs, evolving to become amphibians and then mammals like us.
Huh? I know! That means that once upon a time, our ancestors were fish. That's evolution, baby!
After a few hours of looking, I can see many different fish in this aquarium of stone.
You can really see the detail of the scales in this fish here and beautiful colours that are preserved in the fossil.
In most other places, fossils like these would be removed into collections, but this site is protected by the geopark, so everyone can enjoy the excitement of finding real natural treasure.
This site is where you collect fossils on your phone. Photographs, videos, take all that you want. But these guys stay here.
Shetland's rocks record past times and past environments, leading that journey of life all the way to us. What a truly special place.